Hi, my name is Sam Hess. I'm an agronomist with Countryside Cooperative out of Osseo, Wisconsin. So we're out here today. This field had armyworms previously. We actually sprayed it on July 20th. So kind of give you a background of this field. It's corn on corn, conventional corn. It had a lot of weed issues going on. A lot of grasses came back after spraying it earlier in the season. So we're going to talk a little bit about armyworms. So kind of the way the armyworms work up here in Wisconsin is they actually fly from down south, and the moths come up here sometime in the spring. They look for weedy areas, specifically grass, to lay their eggs. And so a field like this had a lot of grass in between the corn, so they ended up laying their eggs here. And then when they hatch, this is the area that they ended up feeding on. So you can see a lot of the corn here had a lot of feeding damage. And so when you look for feeding damage, you want to look for large losses on the leaves. So you can see the midrib here on the corn leaf is almost all of the leaf tissue is gone except for that. So that's most of the damage that they do. I mean, just a lot of vegetative feeding can cause large losses in bushels for the corn. So things that you can do to try to prevent this is, since this is conventional corn, there's no above ground trait stacks to prevent the armyworms from doing damage. So a lot of the corn that we have in our lineup for seed has a vegetative insect protection on it. So when they eat it, it actually binds up their gut and kills them after they eat it. So you know, planting a seed with above ground traits is a good way. You know, how I said, the grasses is where they lay their eggs. So one of the main things that we always recommend is having a good weed control program to try to eliminate those grasses. If you eliminate the grasses, the moths aren't going to lay their eggs here. So that's probably the #1 way to try to eliminate armyworms from having damage in your corn. So another thing we did, so we knew that the worms are in this field, and so the farmer actually has a couple other corn fields off to the side over here, and so he knew that, you know, once the armyworms are in here, you know, once they feed in this area, they'll actually get up and move. That's kind of why they call them armyworms. So we actually did a perimeter treatment on those other fields. So we just sprayed a couple spray wisps around the edge of the field so that if they came into those fields, they would get the insecticide and die. So those are a few different things, you know, that us countryside agronomists usually recommend, and those usually do pretty well. So if you have any problems, if you see any armyworms, give us a call. We can come on and look at it, or give you some solutions for next year if you had some problems this year. So thank you. Have a good day.